Hello and welcome to this intuitive business interview. My name is Karina Lade. I am an intuitive channel, healer, and mentor for beautiful and successful business women who want to lead a business in a sustainable and conscious way. And today I have the great pleasure to introduce you to my dear friend Andrea Hiltbrunner, who is a successful business and money alchemist, and she beautifully blends her incredible business knowledge and lots of experience running a successful and sustainable business with her powerful intuition and her sensitive soul. Hi, Andrea, and welcome.
Hi, Karina. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you're here because so Andrea and I have been connecting online for a few years now, and so we started connecting. We were both kind of starting out in this world, so it's such a pleasure to see how well you're doing in your business and how you've been able to weave together everything that's important in your life as well into a really successful and beautiful business. So I'd love for you to share a bit about who you are and what it is that you do, please.
Yes, thank you. So as you heard, I'm Andrea Hiltbrunner, and that name comes from Switzerland. I live in the Alps, in the beautiful Alps here, and that's actually the first part that's very important for me to run a business. It's how we are connected to the earth and to the nature, because the big Alps give me a lot of strength, a lot of power. And yes, I started out 5 years ago in this field that I do now as a mentor and business mentor and money alchemist. And before that, it's interesting because I have been living in Paris. I was a mime for 10 years. I have been on stage for 10 years and just didn't say a word because I couldn't actually. And I can talk about this a bit later if you want, Karina. But before that, I also have experience as a teacher. I have been teaching for more than 15 years. And sometimes I ask myself, how old am I? we have so much things we did. And actually the beauty of that is it blends in what we are doing now, in the presence, what we do now. And it's just such a gift that we are intuitive, that we are creative, that we are interested in Mother Nature and in the evolution for myself, for the world. Yes, so the thing I do now in the business is, that was a hard decision a bit because I found out, or I gave myself the how can I word this, the permission to do it, because I'm clairvoyant, and it was a tough one to discover. I knew it from a very young age, that I saw into people, the energies into people. I also have a good ear. I always heard when somebody told the truth and when they didn't, and that was very hard. And then when I grew up, I completely shut down that sense, and also I didn't want it to see anything at all. So I became very still, very silent. But my higher expression wanted me really to be a leader on this planet, and that was heavy for me because I am a very introverted person. But then when I found out about this online world and being an entrepreneur, the fire came, and I just couldn't stop, and I had to share, and I had to jump over big obstacles. Of course, the fear of when you have a coming out as a clairvoyant, that's not the easiest part. But actually, that was the thing that helped my business to grow. I mean, like not like this, but like like this. So within a few years, I have my 7-figure business, and it's like, how did this happen? Because it wasn't my intention to be a coach or a mentor for the money. It was just to give really a lot of inspiration and truthfulness, to bring truthfulness again to the women, that they can share who they are deeply inside, even though we fear it. But when we open that gate, so much it's almost like flooding in. So I hope that helps to see a bit where I come from. And
yeah, that's beautiful. And I love the different lives that you've had before you came into this work, and how you've been focused on your vision rather than the money or the success, because I find there's always something else underneath that is actually more important. Although being successful can be part of the journey. I think that's really, really fascinating. And so on your journey, do you think that there are what are the pillars that you've discovered to create not just a successful business, but like a sustainable business that feels good on the inside for you to actually be in and work in?
Yeah. It's, there are different pillars how to build a business that I teach, and I can name them as well. But the first part is always to look in the mirror and to see, who am I? Where is my energy? And to really work on the energy, to raise the vibration of the energy. Because as a money alchemist, I see it a lot, really on a daily basis with my clients, how they first struggle with money, or are scared about money, or have guilt about money, or shame. A lot of things are in our energetic field. And so when I start to work and guide them, it's the first thing we clear. And then, of course, it's a thing we do together. We learn the business know-how, and we clear the energy. It's really a hand in hand. But to really sit in this stillness and think, who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to feel in this world? Which impact do I want to create? Rather than, okay, I just do. I just do. And this, business isn't the busyness. It's just like to stand still and really look, who am I? That's, for me, that's the most important, because how the inside is, we attract really the outside. And with money, it's visible. It's with women, it's just, you see it in the minute. People who don't make money, we really need to have a deeper conversation and a deeper energetic healing. There are many layers. So that's the first. And then, of course, for a business, there are many pillars. What's important is always with who. Of course, what's my passion? What's my mission? What's my vision? But also, who do I adore? Who do I really want to work with? And really to have this deeper conversation, and not just think on the outside box. Because let's be honest, when I started in business, actually that's 7 years ago, when I started to get trained with mentors, it was really new over here in Europe. I was a pioneer. Now, what happens here in Switzerland and in the German part is it pops up like little mushrooms. Like everybody calls himself an expert. And I think it's really important to own that you are an expert, and that it's not just a frame or a beautiful tagline, but that you really, that the energy is here, that you're sitting in the energy, because people feel it, if it's surface or is it deeper work. So that's an important thing to focus.
Great. Yeah. And it just really reframes that too, because sometimes we tend to look on the outside, what is going to work, who are my clients now, how can I serve them? But it's more like, what do I really truly desire? Because I feel that there are many ways to build a business, but if you want to actually enjoy it and to feel like you're creating something that is true to you, it's really important to start on the inside, because otherwise you're going to create something, and even if it works really well, it's going to make you feel really empty when you're on the other side. And I don't think that's why we create this type of work, right? Usually that's why we leave another type of work, so we can do what we really want. But it's important not to lose ourselves in that journey, because there's so many voices. And yeah, like you said, we can always feel when someone really embodies that wisdom and that experience, rather than someone who's just got a really good copywriter.
That's it, yeah. And the energy, we people, we feel energy. We just feel it. And it's interesting, Karina, because even though many people quit their job to become, their own chief or whatever they call it, but there's a trap. It's like, the bird in the cage, in the golden cage. And in my book, I just explain it very carefully that there's the idea, the passion, but very quickly you can get caught up in this busyness and in these outside voices. So another pillar is the filter, that you really filter, that you sense, what do I let in and what do I give, so that it's a constant flow of the giving and the receiving energy. And in the money, when you said sometimes we are very empty, that's something I experience with a lot of really successful entrepreneurs. When I look at them and see their energy and blockages, it's sad sometimes, because it's like a machine almost, and they have become their own prisoner. And the money part, I know that everybody wants in the business to make money. That's the purpose, of course. That's important. And what I see as a money alchemist is when the money amplifies the energy that is within you. So if you are greedy or needy, or if you don't like to share money or give back, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's a dangerous game, because for me, money is a gift where we can give back to the earth and also to the clients. And for me, money is love. And then it really ripples out. And that's a good thing for you when you watch it, to really reflect, what is money for me? And I would have a good exercise if you want me to share.
Yes, please. Always happy.
Yes, so you can really close the eyes. We can make that live.
Yeah, let's do it live.
Close the eyes, and then you imagine a very good friend in front of you, a real dear friend. That can be your husband, or that can be your wife. This can be a good friend, a co-worker, your parents, really somebody you love. And then when you connect to this person, just share in your heart 4, 5, 6 words that describes them. Just like, oh, he's so sweet, or oh, I like how sensitive he is, or he's such a giver, or whatever comes, or trust. You just go for these 5 or 6 words. Okay, and once you have them, you make a deep connection to these words and to this person. And now we want to be still in the closed, with the closed eyes. You replace the person now with money and see what happens first. And don't judge the sensation. Maybe it's or maybe no, this isn't possible, or maybe wow, what a lovely feeling. So give yourself time and space to really feel into it when it's replaced money. Just sense it. And then just pick one word that stands out a bit, either, let's say, in the positive way, or either in the more in the negative, feeling like judgment or fear, or this cannot be real. And then just with the eyes closed, ask your higher wisdom, what is needed here? What do I need? What do I need to learn about it? And hear what your heart says. And then you can put your hand on your heart and just tap a little bit on your heart. And then in your own rhythm, you can come back. And I know we have done this a bit quickly. You can take your time later to discover it more. But and then you can put it down on a paper or draw it or journal about it, the experience. Because when we replace the money with, with these friends, there are emotions coming up, and we cannot go into the details. The exercise has lots of following up, details, but that's just a good start.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Andrea. And I think it's so important to team up with money and to include money and to let it be an ally in our businesses, not focus so much on money that we don't focus on anything else, or that we make bad decisions because of that. But it has to be included. We can't ignore it. We can't push it over. It's always going to come up. And I think it's beautiful to create like a really loving relationship with money, because it's such a beautiful way for it to support us in our businesses in a really healthy way. And when we clean out and clear out all the negative stuff, because there's so much stuff around money. And in my program, Embrace Your Purpose, we do like a whole session on money, because it's one of the big ones, and especially for sensitive, intuitive, creative entrepreneurs, because so many of us don't really want to talk about it, or it feels like it's not quite accepted, is it? Or we focus too much on it. So, and we have to do our part, or it's gonna slow us down, or we won't be able to really create the big vision we have for our businesses.
Absolutely. And that's never a good thing to do.
Nope. No. Thank you. That's beautiful. I would love to know a bit more about if there were like big breakthroughs or key moments in your business. Because I think it's so fascinating with our business journeys, because sometimes it can feel like we're working on something for a long time and nothing's happening. And usually there's one moment when something happens, or it's like an inner breakthrough or an outer breakthrough. And then we move on to like the next level in our business in some way. And so can you share some of your biggest breakthroughs in your business?
Yeah, yes. I had a ton of them, small and so I try to give you some information about this. Yeah, the first decision that I made is that I really set the intention that I am successful. That was the first breakthrough. And I, every day when I went out to the world, I just had this deep intention. I am already successful. That was a big breakthrough, because when I changed from stage and from being a teacher, that was just, I wasn't my own. I mean, on stage, yes, of course, but before, that wasn't really there. So that's a really important breakthrough for me. But I also signed up with this intention, I just signed up for myself, the best with the best in this area. And I really, even though I was a mom of 2 little ones, really, really little, I just was so clear on my decision that I wanted to have a successful business coach, and I flew to the States and to learn. And I don't like to fly, honestly. So that was a big, turning point to really be so clear in my intention and to set a clear direction, a focus for myself. But I also had many other breakthroughs, like more from the sensitive part of my body, where for the clairvoyance that I started really to suffer emotionally, that I kept it a secret. And so, of course, because I kept it a secret, still with my one-on-one clients, of course, I used it, but I didn't share it outside in the marketing material. I just, and the day when I realized what impact that work creates as results in my clients, I realized that the fear was that it will hurt my beloved people around me, that they will feel, so I had a real talk to them, and I said, look, this is what is happening, and now I have to make the coming out. And that was one of the biggest. To really, so when you are clairvoyant, when you are sensitive, or when you are very creative, whatever your gift is, just get over it and share it. Yes, that's something. And then, of course, the hater came in. At a certain level of success, you will have haters, and that's a big shock. And that's not the funniest breakthrough, but it teaches you a lot about your boundaries. And to have a business is mostly also about what is allowed and what is not allowed. How do you want to be treated? How do you treat others? So that's a beautiful thing, actually, because it gives a new direction. It's a richness for your brand and who you are and what you stand for, and to really be very clear again. So that's another breakthrough. But I guess everybody listening to this knows exactly what their next breakthrough would be. Now we both encourage you to just jump and just do it.
Yeah, and that's great advice, because the thing is when you have a really authentic business that is close to your heart and that is really connected to like your soul's purpose and why you feel you're here on earth and part of your mission, then I find that the more we open up and share that with others, the more we connect with our tribes, like our soul clients, the people who really resonate with that, because sometimes it feels like we're sharing, but maybe not as much. And every time we open up, there's always that return. It's so scary to jump, and then when you do, it's always the best moments, and that's always when the biggest things happen as well, because these businesses really challenge everything in us, doesn't it? Like, I mean, there are things we do that, I never thought I would do, or things that feel really far from who we are. And we're being constantly challenged and asked to be bolder and to embrace more power and really be true to ourselves in a bigger and bigger way. And it's so exciting and fascinating and magical and super scary and kind of crazy at times too.
It is. And it's just about really enjoying the journey, because when you start out, it's such a beautiful place. And some of my clients tell me, yes, now, Andrea, you are in the 7 figures, you now you can talk. And I said, no, actually not, because how it started, that's romantic. For me, it was really romantic to discover, to sense with all the senses, and to do and to try. And there's no failure. I always say fail better. don't stop. And now, of course, when the business is growing and the next level, it's just, there are still topics. Now there is team and how to manage team, and so it never ends. And people think, I want to be there already. So let this be your light, your North Star, but never miss out this sweet present moment that you are in now.
That's beautiful advice, because there's always going to be a next place where you want to be. And if you spend your whole time striving for that next place, you're never going to really enjoy where you are, because this is the moment we have, right? And like you said, there's something amazing about the first years when you explore, because you don't know what your business is going to be like. You're just trying things out. And I always invite people to be really playful, like try things out, say yes to everything if you want to. And then gradually you'll know what feels right to you and what's your thing. But you can't know that without experimenting. And, like you just have to try things out. And it's okay if it doesn't work out or if it's not what you thought, because everything is learning, right? There are things you only do once and then you go, maybe I'm not going to do that again. But it's still important to try. And it's no big deal. Allow it to be playful and explore and have fun with it, because this is your creation, right? So you can do whatever you want. There are no rules on how you have to grow your business, or you can stay small if you want to. Like it's really up to us to tune into what brings us joy, right?
Yeah, it's always to be in this alignment with your soul and your heart, and to have a real talk here. Because as I said, money can make you very empty if you are not really. Now I'm 43. I'm from the archetype already in the queen energy. I'm not, in the mother energy anymore. Really more settled than maybe 5 years ago, or to really embody this where we are and act from there.
It's such a beautiful place to be in, right? And just really enjoying what we have every day, because I think that's really one of the keys of having a beautiful and enjoyable and successful business, is actually being right here in every moment and always bringing ourselves back. Even if, as you said, you have the North Star and your big vision, because that's where you're heading towards, but to always be fully present. Because it's pretty amazing that we can even create businesses like this. Online, working with people from all over the world, doing things we really enjoy, saying no to things we don't want to do. Most people don't live like that. So it's always reminding ourselves of how fortunate and how grateful we really are for being where we are. So I think it's a beautiful gift and beautiful reminder. So thank you so much, Andrea. And so Andrea works a lot in German, but she's going to do more and more things in English. And she's also written a beautiful book that I can't wait to be able to read in English, because I don't speak German. So I will leave links below underneath this video so you can find Andrea and you can discover her work. And I also wanted to touch a bit on my program that's coming out in September. It's called Embrace Your Purpose. It's an intuitive business program for conscious entrepreneurs. So we talk a lot about these pillars in business as well, when it comes to connecting with your soul, partnering deeply with the energy, the soul of your business, connecting with soul clients, really it's like creating business from the inside and out. So we do strategic, and I use a lot of energy tools and energy practices, and it's really about having a holistic approach to business. So it's not just business, it's also us, right? What brings us joy, what we need to thrive, because you are at the center of your business. So when you're happy and fulfilled, it's going to spill out into everything you create, into your business, into your life. So it's a really, really beautiful, deep, magical, it's like a mastermind and program. And last time I ran it, the women who signed up were just amazing. And there's so much support and so much love. And it's really a safe space to be held when all your stuff comes up. because we all know that as soon as we start digging, our stuff comes up. So I feel it's really, really important to have that, like the sisterhood or the soul family around you, so that you feel really supported, so that you can, release whatever's coming up and really embrace and embody as much of you and your essence as you can. I've got two guest teachers coming in. One is going to talk about money as well, because I know that's a really big part of business. And another one is going to talk about authentic marketing, how to share your message in a way that feels like spreading love in the world, because that's something I'm really passionate about as well, to really to use every part of your business as a way to show up fully and to share your love and your joy with the world, so that your right people can find you, but you're also contributing in a really beautiful and, I feel, impactful way. And then there will be essences to take as well, because I love using essences as a way to support ourselves emotionally and energetically and in every way, because it's a deep process, and it's been amazing to see what's come out from the people who took it last time, and the beautiful things they're creating, both the inner shifts and the outer expression of that as well. So if you're working on a book, you're creating a new program, you want to take a big leap in your business, or you want to come back to something that feels more genuine to you. So it's really for conscious, intuitive, sensitive entrepreneurs who have an inner calling to express that. So we start end of September, and we journey together for 6 months. So I'll also leave the links below for that, so you can find out more and get in touch if you have any questions. And you will find Andrea as well, so you can get in touch with her if you need mentoring or want to know more about her work as well. And what are the things that you're offering right now, or that you will be offering during this year, in German and in English, if you know already?
Yes, I will start, yes. Because I had an English business, and then I just, crawled back a bit because it was too much to have both. And now I will just go back to English again. And so, there are lots of things to discover. I guess it's the simplest, just through the links, and then, that's
beautiful. And can you show us your book? Because I think you have your book with you. I saw an example of it, because it's so beautiful.
Yes.
Yay.
Called
Womanifest.
How to navigate the ebb and flow through your life, so that you really find, this power in your life. And it's, it came out 2 months ago in German, in my native language. And it got instantly so many 5-star reviews. And I'm very, very, very grateful. And I have now also the Womanifest community building really, really quickly, where I really go back again to the teacher within myself, and I will now train Womanifest coaches worldwide. So
wow.
That's a huge vision. I have the chills, and that's very dear to my heart. And as Womanifest, there's the word woman, man, and manifest. So I will teach a lot also about money, and how really, to be in this good high money vibration and energy.
That's beautiful. I'm so excited for you. Huge congratulations. I can't wait to see where this takes you as well. And it's so beautiful when you start with a vision, and then it grows and grows, and when you allow that and you do the inner work so you can embrace what wants to come through. There's such a beautiful flow that happens when you release the fears and you're really in that, and also the rhythms of life, like the ebb and flow, because our businesses are not always going to be growing fast. There will be times for reflection, and I think as women, when we tune into that inner rhythm and the rhythm of the seasons of our bodies, there's something really beautiful, and it feels very natural to work in that way, although we have to learn again how to do that, don't we? Because most of us have been maybe driven in a different way, or more in the masculine energies as well.
Absolutely, very masculine, and that's just what manifest is really feminine leadership. The pro, yeah.
Oh,
That's
beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your beautiful energy and light with us. And I wish you all the best with everything. And for anyone who wants to connect with Andrea, please do it in the links below or get in touch with her. And thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful day.
And we will meet in Europe. We will.
Yes, we will meet one day in Europe. And thank you to everyone watching. Bye.